What's up with the Best Supporting Actor category? As you requested, I'm going to present all the nominated and winning performances that were on screen for a minimum of 50% of the film's running time, then turn it over to you to decide whether these were co-leads or truly supporting roles. Oh, it's Michael, aka Oscar Man, and I'm going to start with the most egregious winner of category misplacement as the Best Supporting Actor nominee. Oh, Richard.
So I must go and search for the sun, I suppose.
Where will you go?
Italy, perhaps. Somewhere around the Mediterranean.
Well, you'll want me to go with you, won't you?
I'd want you, of course, but I don't think both of us should be away from here at the same time.
You don't think you'll need someone to help you in and out of carriages and all that sort of thing?
Good heavens, no. I'm not exactly an invalid yet.
Richard Burton received the first of his 7 nominations for 1952's My Cousin Rachel, the only time he was nominated as Best Supporting Actor.
You remember once I told you there was nothing else I needed but the warmth and comfort of these 4 walls?
I remember.
I was wrong. I know now that there's something else.
Are you very sure of that?
More sure than of anything else on earth.
Supporting? In his first U.S. film, Burton co-starred as Philip Ashley. Richard Burton received the most positive reviews from critics for the film and was expected to win the Oscar, but he lost to Anthony Quinn in Viva Zapata. Now, My Cousin Rachel's total running time was 1 hour, 38 minutes. Burton's screen time? 1 hour, 24 minutes, or 85% on screen. Yeah, a supporting role. Okay. I don't think there's a need to debate this one. By the way, I'll be rounding off the percentages of screen time just to make things simpler.
I think you should move to another train car.
What do you mean?
You don't feel weird being in a first-class car?
No, we paid
No?
for it. It's not hurting anybody. No.
Dude, we are Jews on a train in Poland. Fucking think about it.
Benji? Benji?
Yeah.
You're alright up there.
Yeah, sure.
Kieran Culkin is the most recent winner of Best Supporting Actor for his performance as Benji in A Real Pain. You know how I first heard about the film and Culkin? From all of you, who repeatedly posted that Kieran Culkin is going to win Best Supporting Actor, but he's really a lead. When I eventually saw the film, I understood the uproar.
We've always wanted to see where she came from and see the house that she grew up in.
Yeah, that's actually why we're leaving the tour a day early.
Yeah.
Benji insisted on seeing her little town.
Well,
They were super close.
Yeah, I mean, she was the coolest, right? And I've just been like in a real funk, I guess, since she died. Just haven't... Yeah, sorry, she was just my favorite person in the world.
While he wasn't on screen as much as the film's writer, director, and star Jesse Eisenberg, whom I thought gave a better performance, Kieran Culkin did appear for 65% of the film's total running time. Now, if the strategy was to place him in supporting to make it easier for Eisenberg to be nominated as lead, it didn't work. If, however, it was done to make it easier for Culkin to win, well, congrats, Kieran.
This Marine guard, he asked me if I believed in Jesus Christ. I said, yeah. And he said that from now on, he was Jesus Christ, and I shouldn't ever forget it.
What'd you do? Did you hit him?
Now, can you imagine that?
In one of his first films, Randy Quaid earned his first, and to date, his only Oscar nomination as Larry Meadows, the timid, naive sailor who was taken under Jack Nicholson's wing.
You guys on leave or what?
Liberty, you mean?
Liberty.
No.
Well, what are you guys doing anyway?
They're taking me to jail.
Who almost got the role instead of Quaid? Allegedly, the reason the 6'4" actor won the part was because he was physically the opposite of the character as written, and director Hal Ashby was taken with the idea of a man with an imposing stature playing a helpless, vulnerable character. Now, Randy Quaid was on screen for 68% of the film. But come on, we know how Oscar works. No way was this relative newcomer going to compete with a name actor like Jack Nicholson, who clocked in at 76%.
What's the matter with you, mister? You afraid of a little fresh air?
Man's right, Bo. It's cold out there.
Well, that don't give him no right to insult my manners. No man ever had to tell me what to do, did he, Burge?
Nothing beats being nominated for your first film. Don Murray was cast as Cowboy Beauregard Decker in the 1956 film adaptation of the hit play Bus Stop, co-starring Marilyn Monroe, who was at the height of her fame, giving one of her best performances as Cherie.
Jerry, it wasn't right of me to do what I did to you. Treating you that way, dragging you on the bus, and trying to make you marry me whether you wanted to or not. Do you think you can ever forgive me?
Don Murray won rave reviews for his screen debut, and yes, I'm sure we all know why he was placed in the supporting actor category, despite his role being in 65% of the film. And just like Richard Burton, Don Murray also lost to Anthony Quinn, who won his second Oscar for Lust for Life. And you'll ask, so I'll tell you. Quinn was 19% on screen, even though people usually think it was much less.
Easter, birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Even at Thanksgiving when Carol was dying, I was staying with her in a hospital. We miss you so. Our day is nothing without you. Couldn't you come up for an hour or two after you leave Carol? You had no regard for what was really going on. My wife was dying.
Is it so terrible to want to see your own son?
It's terrible to want to possess him entirely and completely, yes.
In one of those rare instances where a performance nominated as supporting was larger than the one nominated as lead, Gene Hackman did some of the best work of his career in 1970's I Never Sang for My Father.
Maybe there isn't the same thing between a mother and a daughter, but the old man in me wants to extend some kind of mercy to that old man. I never had a father. I ran away from him. He ran away from me. And maybe he's right. Maybe it's time we found each other.
Hackman played Gene, the frustrated son, trying to emotionally connect with his father, essayed by two-time Oscar winner Melvyn Douglas. Though the film is not remembered much today, I think it is one of the best male duos, who made the drama much better than it actually was. Perhaps because of his longevity in films, Melvyn Douglas was considered the lead, and Hackman, who at the very least could have been nominated as co-lead, was relegated to supporting, even with more screen time. And Hackman, though deserving, lost to the sentimental choice, John Mills in Ryan's Daughter. Ethan Hawke duplicated Hackman's achievement, nominated for his supporting role as Officer Jake Hoyt in 2001's Training Day. His screen time was 61%. Hawke didn't win, but the film's lead actor did, as Denzel Washington received a second Oscar as Detective Alonzo Harris with a screen time of 60%. Hey, don't complain to me. Call the Academy and ask them to explain what they were thinking.
On a beach.
What?
Where I first saw a horse.
How old are you?
How should I know? 6.
What were you doing there?
Nothing.
It's not easy for a relative unknown to compete with an established leading man. So even though Peter Firth's time on screen in 1977's Equus was 53% versus lead actor nominee Richard Burton's 54%, the former just wasn't going to take away Burton's chance to finally win on his 7th nomination. Oh, how did that turn out? Firth would have been a much better choice than Jason Robards, who won his second consecutive Oscar for his blink and you miss it turn in Julia.
Look to your wife. Observe her well with Cassio. Were your eye thus not jealous nor secure?
And was Frank Finlay as Iago ever going to be considered a co-lead with none other than Sir Laurence Olivier, who played the title role in 1965's Othello? Finlay was on screen for a mere 55%, compared to Olivier's 57%. And the Academy deemed that perhaps Finlay was in Othello way too much anyway, awarding the Best Supporting Actor for Martin Balsam's 9% on screen in 1,000 Clowns. Hey Michael, didn't all of this also happen in the Best Supporting Actors category? The short answer is yes, but nowhere near as many times as Supporting Actor. I'll get to that short list, well, shortly. In the meantime, allow me to review some performances that barely hit 50% or more, just to see if you think these were in the right category. Mahershala Ali won his second Oscar for 2018's Best Picture winner Green Book. His total, 51%. In 1952's The Big Sky, Arthur Honeycutt's role as Zeb Calloway was nominated for 52% on screen. Future Oscar winner Jack Palance received second billing and the first of his 3 supporting actor nominations as Lester in Sudden Fear, a role that was 50% of the film's running time. And the only 3-time winner in the Best Supporting Actor category, Walter Brennan, actually won his third Oscar for 1940's The Westerner, even though he was on screen 51%. Finally, Jamie Foxx, one of a handful of actors nominated for lead and supporting in the same year, lost as supporting actor for 2004's Collateral, his role as Max on screen for 54%. And as most of you know, Fox didn't go home empty-handed that night, winning lead actor for Ray with a larger screen time of 65%. There were some really questionable category misplacements in the earlier years, including Roland Young in 1937's Topper.
Now, I tell you, it's all very well, but look at me. I'm just like you.
Now, keep your guard down, Tommy. You'll be all right. You're just a little unconscious.
You're much too solid, Topper. I don't think you can become a member of our club yet.
Well, I won't go back.
Why not?
I won't do it.
You won't do what?
I won't go back to that silly old routine. Up at 8, bed at 11, lamb on Sundays. I won't do it.
Oscar winner Charles Coburn in 1941's The Devil and Miss Jones.
You idiot fox! You mean it? Stop it! Stop it! I'll start you! Stop it, I say! Give it to me! How dare you! I'll have you discharged! Every one of you!
Now, you simpleton. I'll show you who can outwit who. Who are you going to fire now?
And John Ireland in 1949's Best Picture winner, All the King's Men.
Willie was right. Man is conceived in sin and born in corruption. Even Judge Stanton. Show them to a man. Change the picture of the world that Adam has in his head. Just like our picture of it has been changed. Wipe out everything he's ever believed in. It'll be good for him. There's no God but Willie Stark. I'm his prophet and you're his...
In 1940's The Letter, James Stevenson's supporting nomination clocked in at 56% versus Bette Davis, commanding the lead, as only she could, with 67% on screen. Let's take a break from the men and discuss the 6 actresses who received nominations for their performances that were all well over 50% of their film's screen time. Sure, I'll begin with the one you all want me to, 1973's Best Supporting Actress winner and the record holder for the youngest to win an Oscar in any category, Tatum O'Neal in Paper Moon.
Then if you ain't my pa, I want my $200.
What's that?
I want my $200. I heard you through the door talking to that man. It's my money you got, and I want it.
Now, you just hold on a second.
I want my money. You took my $200.
I'm sure you will agree that it was most fair that O'Neal's time at 65% rightfully competed with her co-star Madeline Kahn on screen for 9% in the same film. Oh, I'm being very sarcastic. Next up is Haley Stanfield, with a total of 55% for 2010's True Grit.
And there's an end of it. I have the bill of sale.
And I want $300 for Papa's saddle horse that was stolen from your stable.
You have to take that up with the man who stole the horse.
Tom Chaney stole the horse while it was in your care. You are responsible.
The Academy just won't nominate an actress under 18 for lead, right? Tell that to Quanventioné Wallace and Keisha Castle Hughes. The next 4 nominees were all chosen as supporting rather than compete with their leading actresses. First and foremost is 1962's winner Patty Duke.
Teachers, when I order discipline has to be followed.
How can you discipline an afflicted child? Is it her fault?
I didn't say it was her fault.
Then whose? I don't know what to do. How can I teach her? Beat her till she's black and blue?
Not safe to let her run around loose. There must be some way of confining her somehow.
Where? In a cage?
As Helen Keller in The Miracle Worker, Duke's time was 62%. And Bancroft's win as lead actress for her role as Annie Sullivan came in at 76%. In 1949's Come to the Stable, Oscar winner Celeste Holmes' nomination as Sister Scholastica was on screen for 59%.
Oh, one moment, Monsieur Anthony. This box, it contains Chateau Yquem, very fine wine. It must be arranged so. Yes, gently.
Her nominated co-star Loretta Young, 61%. The outstanding nominated duo of Oscar winners Cate Blanchett and Judi Dench in 2006's Notes on a Scandal came in at 56% and 61%, respectively. And Blanchett certainly appears to get priority with the Academy, even when she has less screen time than her nominated co-star. In 2015's Carol, Blanchett, in the title role, was on screen for 55%. Rooney Mara was considered a supporting player, her character on screen for 60%. Again, contact the Academy.
Well, in glancing at your books, I noticed that in the columns marked...
You have 48 seconds left. Hurry, hurry.
Oh, I glanced at your books, I noticed in the...
28 seconds. You're running out of time.
Mr. Bialystok, I cannot function under these conditions. You're making me extremely nervous.
What is that, a handkerchief?
Nothing, that's nothing.
If it's nothing, why can't I see
My blanket, my blue blanket, give me my blue blanket.
Following his first film appearance in 1967's Bonnie and Clyde, Gene Wilder co-starred in Mel Brooks's The Producers. For his hilarious performance as Leopold Bloom, a role that was first offered to Peter Sellers, Wilder stole the film and received his only Oscar nomination for being on screen for 54% of this Oscar-winning comedy.
There's something you're not telling me.
Well, we all have our little secrets.
There is something.
Take you and your money, for instance.
I want to know what it is.
For all I know, we're millionaires.
I want to know why she walked out.
Just between us chickens, how much do you have, Pop?
Answer me.
You don't put that bottle down, I'm leaving.
I want an answer.
See you around the pool.
I want an answer.
Not to be outdone, that year's winner, Jack Albertson's role as John Cleary in The Subject Was Roses, for which he also won the Tony Award for Featured Actor, had a screen time of 59%. His nominated leading lady, Patricia Neal, was on screen for only 55%.
How you feeling today, preacher?
Clock uncoils a working day, and he wakes up feeling his youth has gone away.
Now, what the hell is that, a prayer?
A poem?
A poem?
Poetry.
You stick with me, kid. You're gonna live forever.
In one of his first films, Jeff Bridges earned his second Oscar nomination, a surprise one at that, for 1974's Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. I say surprise because the nomination came out of nowhere, as the film wasn't mentioned at the time as a contender for any awards. As Lightfoot, Bridges received the second of 7 nominations to date for supporting Clint Eastwood in 58% of this popular comedy's running time.
Well, I couldn't be with you. Not without your knowing. I didn't want to lie to you. Now, I have no right in telling this to you. It's dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for them. I'm sorry, I just couldn't stop myself.
You can do what you want to. You can tell your dad anything. I don't care. I just needed you to know. I don't know what I'm doing.
River Phoenix was 18 when he received rave reviews and an Oscar nomination for his performance as Danny in 1988's Running on Empty. The young actor followed up with films including Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, My Own Private Idaho, and Dogfight. Sadly, River Phoenix's promising career ended in 1993 when the talented young actor died from a drug overdose at the age of 23. There's one more performance that doesn't necessarily have the largest percentage of screen time in the supporting category as some of those already mentioned, but it's one many of you bring up frequently. But before I get to that, I need to thank you for watching this video. I know this particular topic involves a lot of numbers and figures, but put in context, I hope all of these statistics shed some insight into the machinations of the Academy's sometimes curious decisions. After the video concludes with a moment from an Oscar nominee, will you please click on the like button and become a subscriber if you're not one already, so you can contribute to the discussion after each weekly video, as well as cast your votes in the daily polls.
You know, I used to figure you had a handle for everything. You knew it all. And I know that wasn't fair, but you always made us feel like everything was going to be all right. I thought about that a lot lately. I really admire you for it.
Well, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you sometimes.
I'm not disappointed. I love you.
Was there ever a screen debut like Timothy Hutton's in Ordinary People? As Conrad Jarrett, Hutton gave his all in a role that required depth and sensitivity.
You remember Buck asked you, he tried to talk you into getting a dog? Do you remember that? And he said, how about if it's just the size of a little football?
You know, that animal next door, that Pepper or Pippin, whatever his name is.
Pippin.
He's not a very friendly dog. I don't care what Mr. McGreary says.
What he really
He's
wanted
really
was the
not.
retriever that was down the street for
and
sale.
every time
That's
that
what he
dog
wanted,
comes
the
into this
retriever.
backyard and I try to get him out, he...
Timothy Hutton appeared in several films made for television before being cast in Ordinary People, winning the Best Supporting Actor Oscar at the age of 20, where he remains to date the youngest winner in the category. Hutton has worked steadily since his Oscar win, but is yet to achieve the same level of recognition or success to match his early accomplishment. Now, as for that screen time, let's get that out of the way. Hutton's was 52%. His co-nominee, Judd Hirsch, had 15%. The film's lead actress, Mary Tyler Moore, was nominated for 26% on screen. I think the overlooked Donald Sutherland's time was 41%, but if anyone can confirm this, please let us all know. Now for me, what's more important than Timothy Hutton's category misplacement is his outstanding performance, for which he deserved the Oscar. So no matter his screen time in the film, Hutton was extraordinary. So now tell us why these performances mentioned were placed in the supporting category instead of lead, and why you think this happened more with male actors than females. Also, do you think all were leads, or were some actually supporting roles? I want to know your thoughts. And until we meet again, here is how I would react if I was ever nominated for an Oscar.
I'm hysterical. I'm having hysterics. I'm hysterical. I can't stop when I get like this. I can't stop. I'm hysterical.